Alright, I finally get to introduce to you guys this brand that I discovered last year, but really dug into it earlier this year. And I think it's going to be making a debut here in the States very soon. It's called Perroy. I'll show you one of the bottles here, AZUREBLUSH. And I'll show you my favorite of the collection, MAHOGANYSUN. I'll show you another favorite, TANGERINEPEARL. Very colorful, very young and energetic. And I'm going to talk to you about the fragrances really quickly. There's 8 of them. So this is a budget line that they're launching. They've just launched in the France and I believe in the EU. And I think it's going to make its way here in the States very soon. So find out about Perroy coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Sebastian. We're talking about Perroy fragrances. This one is IVORYSKY. We've got BLUEFOREST, BLONDPURPLE. Did I show you PINKFIRE? GOLDFAWN. So 8 fragrances from this house. They all launched at once. They're budget fragrances, so they're currently selling in the EU for 120 euros each for the 100 ml bottles I showed you. And they also have 50 mls for 80 euros, 15 mls for 25 euros. They are EDP concentration, and the perfumers are Arnaud, Poulain, and Amelie Bourgeois. Again, these should be launching soon. If not, they probably have launched already. But look for them. And I think they're nice entry-level niche fragrances that are somewhat playful and young and energetic. So I'm going to quickly go through the fragrances. We have AZUREBLUSH here. That's the first fragrance in alphabetical order. With the notes, it's lychee fruit, peony, and rhubarb. So this is fresh, sweet, floral. It's fruity. There's a bit of a rose-like effect. We're getting that from the peony note in here. And then, of course, it has some light tropical, juicy green touches. I don't know if you guys can guess already before I tell you what this smells like. It does have a Delina vibe. I think it's sweet tart. I think somebody would really like that one. It's quite juicy. Next, it's BLONDPURPLE. This one right here. So this is a fruity fragrance once again. It's mango, Ylang-Ylang, and blackcurrant for this one. And then this is quite fruity and tropical and sweet. There's spicy touches. It's quite fresh. Yellow floral, of course, Ylang-Ylang. But eventually it has some creaminess under there. So you definitely notice the mango here. Mango is a very popular fruit. I think this one would satisfy for someone that's looking for an entry-level kind of a mango fragrance with a tropical twist. It's quite fruity. It's a tropical fruity floral, basically. There's some creamy layer under there as well. And then the mango is the prominent note in that one. If you're into the idea, check that out. And again, these are entry-level, and they're not very expensive, so those of you that are not into complex fragrances, I think would satisfy. So we're getting into a more masculine offering here with BLUEFOREST. So this is green, obviously. We've got the forest theme going here, and it's basically cedar, black pepper, and musks. Again, it's a very spicy take on a woody fragrance, and it's also got this muskiness and earthiness thrown in as well. I feel like when I wear this one, it's got a little bit of vetiver as well. But for me, it's very spicy. It's got a lot of woods. And eventually, the muskiness comes through. It's quite woody. It does smell of the forest. It absolutely does. Smells of like aged woods as well. Bit green in there. Anybody that's looking for a woody fragrance, I think would be satisfied. Especially if you like powdery woods, musky woods, peppery woods. The pepper is pretty pronounced in this one. So BLUEFOREST from Perroy. Next, one of my favorites, it's GOLDFAWN. It's a golden amber, kind of a goldish. It's basically sandalwood, vanilla, and cedar. That's what the notes are. So it's a nice combo of woods and vanilla together. You know I love my vanilla. It's a woody, vanillic fragrance, maybe a bit ambery when it's drying down, quite spicy. Again, these are quite simplistic because they only credit 3 notes for each. But you know, you'll have other experiences. This is vanilla and sandalwood along with cedar. So it does have a bit creamy edge with this. It's quite spicy too. And the sandalwood is quite cozy in this. This one actually makes for a really great autumn winter fragrance. There's a milky lactonic touch about it. Once again, powdery but creamy sweet. This is a really great one. GOLDFAWN is one of my favorites. This next one's also a favorite. This is IVORYSKY. So IVORYSKY is the first one I started wearing from this house For some reason, I was attracted to the blue. It's like a baby blue color. This is featuring bergamot, sandalwood, and vetiver. I felt like it's in vetiver is something I was trying to dig into. It's woody and it's fresh and citrusy. But this one also develops into a bit of that ambroxan touch that people love. So a bit reminding a little bit of Baccarat Rouge. So in the end, it's woody, spicy, a bit musky. There's lots of aromatic touches here. Once again, it's powdery. I feel like the fragrances do have a powdery edge, all of them. There's some creamy undertones as well. It's a little citrusy, not too much. I feel like it's mostly about that muskiness that's under there, along with the woods, the grassy woods of the vetiver and the creamy woods of the sandalwood. For sure, you're going to get the ambroxan. This is quite sexy. I feel like this is a simplistic enough fragrance that you can layer with something else as well. It could be a nice base note, a woody base note for sure, because it's not very citrusy. And on top, you can put some kind of a vanilla, maybe layer it with GOLDFAWN, because it's got a lot of woods anyway. So woods there, and then the woods here, and then you get the addition of the vanilla with GOLDFAWN. So you can do something like that. It would make it much intense. Although these fragrances are not wimpy, they have a depth about them, but they do wear not very complex, if that makes sense. So the next fragrance is my all-time favorite of this house. It's MAHOGANYSUN. It's so good. It's really, really good. It's frangipani flower, figs, and vanilla. Nicely done. So sexy. So delicious. I love this one. It's quite fruity and floral and also vanillic, so it's warmth, freshness and warmth. Once again, it's creamy and there's powdery touches, but you've got the tropical edge with the frangipani flower. And I love figs. Really, really nicely done here. It does wear a bit creamy as well. The other thing I get with this one is it reminds me a little bit of a expensive shampoo, which is, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but especially like when I travel to Europe and I check out some of the products at the stores and there's like unique smells that I don't have back home. Kind of reminds me of that, but I love this one. It's so good. It's a bit citrusy, very powdery, creamy, woody, floral, vanillic, tropical, and I love the color too. Perroy MAHOGANYSUN. Let me know your thoughts if you have tried these fragrances so far. So next up is my least favorite, unfortunately. It's PINKFIRE. I don't know if it's because of the name, PINKFIRE. I don't care for pink as a color, but this is featuring notes of grenade, which is pomegranate, raspberry, and amber wood. I don't know why I don't care for this one. I just don't dig it whatsoever. So in the end, it's fruity, woody, sweet, smoky. There's the amber touch. It's a bit tart, I think, also, but this one, boring. I don't know what it is. Maybe it'll grow on me. Maybe I'm not into pomegranate as a note. I love the fruit itself, but I don't know what it is. PINKFIRE is a bit of a dud, but the next one is quite nice for me. It's Tangerine Pearl. And that's the last fragrance in the collection. Tangerine Pearl features notes of ginger, grapefruit, and iris. I don't know why it's called Tangerine Pearl and they're using grapefruit. It's powdery, it's zingy, and it's very citrusy. Again, I love this one. This is a very bright fragrance. In fact, the color is so bright. It's basically like that. So starting out in the sun, it's glowing, and then it's getting darker in the afternoon. Kind of a theme here. This is really great. It's a perfect... It's almost like drinking orange juice, but not like freshly squeezed. It's a bit more of a synthetic orange juice. It's that kind of a smell. It's good. It's really good. So Tangerine Pearl is fun. So my favorite fragrances, I would say, are these two, MAHOGANYSUN and Tangerine Pearl, IVORYSKY, and GOLDFAWN. Those are my favorites. I don't really care too much about the other ones. They're fine. And of course, I don't care for PINKFIRE whatsoever. But again, the ones I recommend, the ones I said I really like. I can totally wear those ones. And I would totally layer GOLDFAWN and IVORYSKY. I can probably layer IVORYSKY. I feel like IVORYSKY is like the perfect fragrance to layer with. If you can probably layer it with MAHOGANYSUN and also Tangerine Pearl. Because they have that going for them. Again, they're not very complex. They're a bit simplistic and easy to wear. Again, the sizes are 100 ml for 120 euros, 50 ml for 80 euros, 15 ml 25 euros, EDP concentration, and the perfumers are the same folks behind Les Eaux Primordiales, Arnaud, Poulain, and Amelie Bourgeois. And again, these are launching soon. Hopefully you guys get to try them. And yeah, let me know if you have tried them. And then that's pretty much it for today's video, except I'm going to cut to footage I shot with Arnaud Poulain discussing this line before the line has launched. So we shot the video back in March of this year. So let me know. Put some comments down below and let me know what you think. Are you curious to try them or not? I'd like to find out. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Bye.